Welcome to Frosty Faustings. This video will provide an overview of everything that goes into running a pool effectively. By the end, you should have all the tools you need to make your pool a complete success. Distribution of pools will begin about 20 minutes before the start of any given wave. Please try and be at the command center to collect your bracket sheets by then. Tell the person distributing bracket sheets which pool you've been assigned to and your shirt size. Before leaving the distribution area, you need to make sure you have all of the following items: your bracket sheet, your volunteer shirt, a clipboard, 2 pencils, and a highlighter. Once you get your bracket sheet and go to your pool station, the first thing you need to do is to write your handle on your bracket sheet. This is really important, just in case we can't read your handwriting or need clarification about anything. At some point, your game lead will come by and introduce themselves. This is your go-to person for any problems that come up during your pool, and you should escalate any issues to them. It is important not to leave your pool area for any reason. If you have a question or run into any problems, please flag down your game lead and ask them for help. You can also ping your game lead on Discord if you can't spot them on the floor. 10 minutes before the start of your pool, you can start check-ins. Once you've announced that you're taking check-ins, players will come up to you and tell you their tag. Use your highlighter to mark players present and let them know to stay close enough to hear you during the pool. Do not use your highlighter for anything other than marking players present. Shortly before the start of your pool, tell anyone playing casuals to quit out. Call 3 sets that have both players present, but tell them not to start yet. Let them know to desync any wireless controllers from the setup. Once the wave starts, the sets you called can begin. Brackets are divided into a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. At this tournament, we will be using both left-right and up-down formatted brackets depending on the size of the pool. In both types of brackets, when a player in winner's bracket wins a match, they advance to the right. If they lose, they advance into loser's bracket. People advancing into loser's bracket will not necessarily go into the same side of the bracket they lost on. Each set in winner's bracket is notated with a letter code. Each set in loser's bracket indicates which players from winner's bracket advance to that set. Left-right brackets mean that the loser's bracket is left of the winner's bracket, and players who win a loser's bracket set will advance to the left. Up-down means that the loser's bracket is below the winner's bracket, and players who win a loser's bracket set will advance to the right. Some bracket sheets might have notes telling you that a player in your pool is in another pool at the same time. Keep your game lead in the loop about these players, and don't disqualify them. When you have them available to play a match, prioritize them. When you are calling a match, it is important that all of the players in your pool can hear and understand you. Call for players in your lower register while slowly and clearly asking for players to raise their hand or otherwise identify themselves. While calling a match, scan the pool area for players to indicate that they are present. Under no circumstances should you ever disqualify a player on your own. Only your game lead can give you permission to disqualify a player. Frequently call for a player, and once you have the permission to disqualify them, give them one last final call before doing so. Get permission from your game lead a second time before eliminating them. On your bracket sheet, you should report the score of every match, but do not indicate the winner in any other way. When a player reports the outcome of a set but does not identify themselves, ask them to confirm their handle so as to avoid miscommunication. Write as legibly as you can, and remember names get long sometimes, so you might need to write small. If a player is DQ'd, write DQ'd next to their name. At some point, a stream runner might come to you and ask to look at your bracket sheet. They might want a specific match, or ask you for a recommendation. If they tell you a match they want, circle it, and do not run it. Tell the players they'll be on stream, and wait for the stream runners to collect them. Do not send players to the stream on their own. Make sure both players know that they need to come back to your pool after they play on stream, even if it's their qualifying set. Whenever a player advances out of your pool, show them the time of their next pool, which is on your bracket sheet, offer them a chance to take a picture of it. Take your completed bracket sheet to the intake desk at the command center and return your clipboard and writing utensils to the boxes at the head of the table. Bring your bracket sheet to the staff member running intake. They'll check it to make sure everything looks in order, and if it does, you'll be given an envelope containing your compensation. Thanks for listening. You should now have a pretty good grasp of what goes into running a pool. If you have any questions, or if this is your first time running a pool, please stick around. Staff will be doing a demonstration walking you through a full paper bracket.